are trying to act like, oh, they were just setting off fireworks on the 4th of July. And that is not what happened. The fireworks were used as a distraction. They were part of a coordinated ambush on the ICE facility. This was planned. This was intentional. The fireworks was used as part of the operation, and that's why they matter. This wasn't random and it wasn't misunderstood. This escalated to the point where a police officer was shot. That's not protest, that's criminal behavior. And instead of taking accountability, people want to distort reality and make excuses rather than admitting that these individuals were radicalized. They tried to downplay it, but when you engage in this type of behavior, when you participate in domestic terrorism, there are consequences. And that's the issue. The left doesn't believe in consequences for themselves. They believe in consequences for their political opponents. They'll cheer when the Department of Justice goes after Trump supporters, but when it's their side, suddenly it's a problem. Just think about it. If Trump supporters carried out this exact same type of attack on an abortion facility, let's say, do you think anyone on the left would defend them? Of course not. It would be called terrorism immediately, and everyone involved would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And that's how it should be. The law should be applied equally, but that standard hasn't been applied equally until now in this case.
They say is that anyone who protests the government could now be labeled Antifa and a terrorist. 8 people in all were convicted of this terrorism charge, specifically a charge of providing material support to terrorists. The terrorist in this case being Antifa, which some witnesses described as not being any kind of official organization, but really a blanket term for groups on the left that oppose what they feel is government overreach. This was the first time the DOJ has brought a case of domestic terrorism involving Antifa. We also saw Benjamin Song convicted today of attempted murder for shooting an Alvarado police officer in the shoulder or neck area. That officer, who survived, was responding to a disturbance at the Prairie Land Immigration Detention Center in Alvarado, the protest that all these defendants, or I should say most of these defendants, were at. He arrived, saw someone running away from graffiti, pulled his weapon. Song's attorney argued shots were fired by his client to distract officers that were responding. The jury, though, disagreed, finding that it was attempted murder. That jury did for others of that attempted murder charge, those who did not pull the trigger. The other significant charge that we saw were convictions for use of an explosive. The explosive.
Now, let's go a little deeper into why this case is so important from a broader legal and constitutional standpoint, because this isn't just about one incident. This is about setting a precedent. When we talk about domestic terrorism, we're talking about acts of violence intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population or influence government policy. And that's exactly what we're seeing